Okay. Sorry, fresh out of the shower. Shirt's fresh out of the laundry. It's still kind of wrinkled. But anyways, I should have orange, but I really don't like orange. And this is Cozy Mysteries. I got out a few of my um Halloween. I haven't really decorated yet. My little fall things. This is a cute leaf. I tried to stand them up last year, it didn't work. Um, I don't know what the heck is up with this. Sure does smell though. This one's a little bigger. And oops. Well, that was stupid. That was stupid. Oh, I'm batting 1,000 here today, aren't I? And my last one, a little coconut. All this stuff is about 10 or 15 years old. I'll never burn it. I'll never burn those candles either. So, this is Cozy Mystery. I tried for Cozy Mystery Haunted House situation. It didn't quite work that well. Work out the way I planned. Go check out last week's Haunted House on the scarier side. This is Haunted House on the cozy side. And hey, welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina K-O-S-T-I-N-A. This is where we read books, talk about books, no special effects, no theme music, none of that fancy stuff going on here. And if you could please hit the like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. I often forget to ask. And nobody watches my videos anyway. Alright, so I think I've got all these. I think. Alright, this guy is here a few times. His books came up a few times, so he'll be by a few times. Yes, ma'am. Can't have a cat. Maybe I'll get I need to get a couple more. I really do. Night of the Living Deed. Newly divorced Allison Kirby wants a second chance for herself and her 9-year-old daughter, so she's returned to her hometown on the Jersey Shore to transform a fixer-upper into a charming and hopefully profitable guest house. And I'm looking into construction cozies. There's quite a few of those, so look, this will probably appear in that. To transform a fixer-upper into a charming and hopefully profitable guest house. But when a bump on the head leaves her seeing not only stars but spirits, Allison realizes the real challenge she's facing is out of this world. Two residing goats are Maxie Malone, the foul-tempered former owner of the house, who has definite opinions about Allison's design plans, and Paul Harrison, a private eye who'd been working for Maxie. Both died in the house on the same night. The official cause of death was suicide, but the ghosts insist they were murdered, and they need Allison to find out who killed them, or the next ghost in the house will be Allison herself. Haunted House Book 2. Ghostly Gossip. A haunted house, witchy, paranormal, cozy. Uprooted from her life, Carly Ravenspell is forced to move to Thornwood Estate with an enigmatic grandmother she never knew. When the grieving teen arrives, she finds an unexpected solace in the woman and the stories she shares. As Carly delves deeper into the tale surrounding Maple Mansion, a house where spirits roam free, she begins to forge a bond, not only with her grandmother, but with history's mysteries and the allure of the supernatural. Plunged into special stories that span centuries, where Carly discovered the secrets hidden in the manor as well as the ones in plain sight. Deal Gone Dead. Welcome to idyllic small southern Bramble County, where even the quietest Monday mornings can take a deadly turn. I never expected to find my feisty and cantankerous oldest client, Myrtle Redbecker, lying lifeless on her kitchen floor with a cast iron skillet as the weapon, no less. As if That wasn't bad enough. I soon realized that Myrtle's death was just the beginning of a dangerous journey. With the weight of the investigation on my shoulders and my ex-boyfriend, the local sheriff, breathing down my neck, things went quickly bad to worse. But Myrtle had been entrusted me with a promise to sell her property to a developer and not an individual buyer. As I began to dig into the mysterious circumstances surrounding her death, I discovered a generations old battle over the land and the rumored treasure beneath it. Suddenly it became clear that some people would stop at nothing to get their hands on that treasure, and I found myself in the crosshairs of a dangerous plot. If I didn't solve this mystery quickly, I could wind up just like poor Myrtle, 6 feet under. Homicide at the haunted house. Divorce broke and broken down in the old mining town of Nightmare, Arizona. Olivia Kendrick is desperate for a job. 42 years old, she never thought she would be starting over like this, let alone in a tucked away town filled with tourists, offbeat residents, and outspoken UFO hunters. Olivia takes a job at a year-round haunted house, but when she arrives for her first day, she faces a real horror. A local man's body has been dumped at the front entrance. Olivia is an immediate suspect. After all, she's a stranger in town. As Olivia tries to find the real killer, she begins to realize her co-workers aren't putting on a show every night in Nightmare Sanctuary haunted house. Why does the dog running around have such long fangs? We got some vampires here? Things only get worse when Damien Shackelford, the son of the haunted house missing owner, shows up. He might be handsome, but his arrogant attitude makes everyone miserable. See what happens. Murder at Maplewood Mansion. A haunted mansion, an unsolved murder, and a team that's more misfit than mystical. Can she unravel the mystery, or will she become part of the legend? When Jackie Thompson's best friend suggests her life could be a cozy mystery novel, she laughs it off. Until the paranormal documentary she pitched finally gets the green light. Armed with her trusty team, her sassy parrot, and a psychic's knack for paranormal predicaments, Jackie dives head first into a haunting that stretches back over a century. As the eclectic crew digs deeper, they uncover more than just old letters and dusty photographs. A tragic love story, a disappearing maid, a researcher who was too good at her job, all entwined in the web of secrets waiting to be unraveled. That sounds good. Haunting and homicide. Lou Thatcher is haunted by friendly ghosts, but when she finds herself involved in a murder investigation, she's in for the fright of a lifetime in this new cozy mystery perfect for fans of Amanda Flower and Ellen Byron. Tala Lou Thatcher has a gift she can see dead people, but in New Orleans, Louisiana, this is not a drawback. On the contrary, her ability to see ghosts help her host viral ghost tours throughout the historic Garden District. When a rival tour guide, Adam Brandt, who accused her of faking her encounters to undercut his business, is found murdered, Lou is the only one who can see him. His ghost, that is. I guess she needs to solve his murder mystery, huh? And I don't know how this got in here, but the library murders. It's a sunny morning at Abbeymead as Flora circles through the village and knocks on the doors of the local library, planning to deliver a gift to the librarian Maud Frobisher to mark her retirement. But Flora is shocked when she finds Maud slumped in the corner, and even more startled when she recognizes the man holding the murder weapon, an enormous hardback book. Flora's known Lowell Gracie since her college days, and what is he doing working for Maud, and now the main suspect in her murder? Suspicion mounts when Flora and Jack discover that Lowell is heavily in debt and that a priceless, rare first edition has gone missing. So they have to solve the mystery, find the book. Okay. Let's see here. Um, this is going to be another one of those that's going to end up in a fixer upper at one point. Wall to wall dead. Avery and her partner Derek are fixing up a cute condo in homey Waterfield, Maine, hoping for a quick turnaround, some extra money. It seems like a simple project, and Avery is looking forward to using her big city experience with small spaces. But they didn't expect to have their every move watched by the resident busybody in the condo, Hilda Shaw. She loves snooping on everybody's coming and goings. When the busybody becomes a dead body, Avery suspects foul play. We've read some of hers in on my channel. We've done some of hers. Uh, so murder on the house. Word is spread that contractor Mel Turner can communicate with the spirits of the dead, and she's having a hard time maintaining a low profile. She decides to embrace her reputation for the chance to restore a historic house that calls to her. The new owners, who hope to run a haunted bed and breakfast, want Mel to encourage the ghosts that supposedly roam the halls to enhance the house's paranormal charm. The catch: Mel has to spend one night in the house to win the project. During the spine-chilling sleepover, the estate gains another supernatural occupant. When someone doesn't survive the night, as Mel tries to coax the resident spirits into revealing the identity of the killer, she risks becoming the next casualty. Spouse on Haunted Hill. There's quite a few here with E.J. Cooper, where Allison Kirby's ex-husband trouble follows. This time, unfortunately, he's brought that trouble right to her doorstep. On the run from business deal gone bad, Stephen, a.k.a. the Swine, owes money to some scary people, a staggering sum of money. No need to panic, though. He has a plan. Sell Allison's Jersey Shore guest house to pay them off. Before Allison has the chance to read Stephen the riot act, he disappears. After a mysterious man trailing him ends up full of bullet holes. Now the police are next to her, darken her doorway. For all his faults, Stephen is still the father of Allison's daughter. So with the help of the ghosts, Maxine Paul, Allison sets out to find her ex-husband and clear him of the murder before the bad guys get to him. Although, they often say in the movies that a dead guy can't pay bills. I don't know how this got in the pile, but we're just gonna include it anyway. Knitmare on Beach Street. When Pamela, Bettina, and their friends show up at the Voorhees house to greet its new owner, they're met with a most unwelcome sight: a dead body on the kitchen floor. Tassie Hunt just inherited the old Victorian, which had been occupied by a reclusive widow for many years and had the reputation for being haunted. But Tassie would have been unlikely to be spooked, since her career involved debunking such paranormal phenomena. Her demise sets off a new flurry of gossip and ghostly speculation in New Jersey town. Of course, and it's tempting to think spirits were involved, considering there's zero evidence of foul play. A nosy neighbor reports strange lights and sounds, and a man obsessed with the Victorian era starts photographing the place from the street. If you need a book for a holiday, whether it's Thanksgiving or Easter or Christmas, this is your go-to pal. One of them, there's another lady. Isis Crawford. Haunted House Murder. Newcomers to Tinker's Cove, Ty and Heather Moon, have moved into a dilapidated house reputed to be a haven for ghosts. Now strange noises and flickering lights erupt from the house at all hours, and neighborly relations are on the edge. When a local boy goes missing near the house, it's up to Lucy Stone to unravel the mystery of the eccentric couple and their increasingly frightful behavior. For the past 2 years, the house next door to Haley Powell has been abandoned after the owner died under mysterious circumstances. The Salinger family has recently taken possession of the property, but the realtor behind the deal has vanished. After a very public and angry argument with Damien Salinger, if Bar Harbor's newest neighbors are murderers, Haley will hunt them until they confess. Uh, we just threw this one in. Murder, She Wrote. The Ghost of Mrs. Fletcher. As I moved down the line of bookcases, I noted medical tomes, perhaps consulted when Nanette had been diagnosed with cancer, and stacks of woodworking magazines. It seemed the more personal reading material in Cliff's collection had been stored below ground. On one shelf, a paperback lay on its side, in front of a row of books. It's another Graham P. Hobart entitled Hidden Grave. Cliff certainly was a Hobart fan. I pocketed the book to add to the ones upstairs. I'm not certain what inspired me to aim my cell phone's flashlight along the top of the shelves, but as the beam moved across the wall above the bookcases, I noticed a change in the paint color. Oh dear, Eve facing a major leak. Repairs to this house were getting more expensive by the day. I stepped back, trying to get a better angle. As I stood on my tiptoes, holding the light higher, I took another step back, lost my balance, started to fall, but an arm reached around my body and righted me. I grasped, dropped my cell phone, which skidded across the floor. I smelled sweet tobacco and heard the rasp of a man's heavy breathing. You don't believe you belong here. Oops. Be our guest, Kate Kingsbury. The Merry Ghost Inn is well and truly open for business. Melanie West, her grandmother Liza, and their beloved sheepdog wolfhound mix, Max, are rapidly getting the hang of running their charming bed and breakfast inn on the rocky Oregon coast. But when your hostelry boasts its own laughing resident ghost, you'd better expect the out of ordinary. Melanie and Liza take it all in stride until a hotshot real estate developer arrives in Sully Landing, touting his plans to build a tacky amusement arcade smack dab in the middle of the tasteful cliffside town. No one in Sully's Landing can stand the gaudy developer, but it's still a shock when he ends up murdered. And when Doug emerges as the chief suspect, Melanie and Liz must put on their sleuthing caps yet again to clear his name. But it's an uphill battle, and they're nearly check into accommodation 6 feet under when the killer finds out the dynamic duo is on the case. Meanwhile, the merry ghost who haunts the inn tries to help by dropping clues. The hostess with the ghostess. I like that. If Allison Kirby really wanted peace and quiet, she never should have opened the haunted house. The Jersey Shore Lodge's latest poltergeist is Richard Harrison, the recently murdered brother of longtime resident of P.I. Paul Harrison. Alas, Beyond the Grave Brothers reunion is nowhere in foreseeable future. A phantasmal Paul left the goat house months ago for parts unknown, and for all her ghost whispering prowess, Allison has no idea how to find him. And she's going to need Paul because Richard isn't the only murder still unsolved. Richard, a lawyer in life, tells Allison that he's been working the case of a woman accused of murdering her stepfather. When Richard got too close to the truth, he was permanently silenced. Now, as Allison searches for Paul, she gets a creeping sensation that the murderer doesn't appreciate her snooping around. She better get to it. Did I do this twice? So, when you really like a book, oh, it's so bad. And the last book in our cozies, I love this series. Please go check out I read them and reviewed them all in order. I get a kick out of Sophie and Natasha and their bickering columns. I just love this series so much. And they're setting up the haunted house, and they meet the vampire and the supposed vampire and all the stuff that goes on. Domestic diva Sophie Winston is back into the holiday spirit, and decorating for a community haunted house are so good it's scary. Not to be outdone, rival domestic diva Natasha is throwing a spooktacular Halloween party at her house. But when Sophie arrives, she discovers one of Nash's guests dead in a hair-raising Halloween display, and a pale-fanged partygoer fleeing the scene. The cause of the death is not immediately apparent, but the victim does have two puncture wounds on his neck. While Sophie's boyfriend, homicide detective Wolf, investigates, rumors start flying faster than witches on broomsticks. Could the killer be a real vampire? The same one rumored to have lived in Sophie's haunted house back when it was a boarding house. I love these books. I love these books. I love the domestic divas so much. I highly, highly recommend it. And go watch all my videos on this series. They're just awesome. And I love the column that Sophie writes. Dear Sophie, my neighbor goes all out for Halloween. I'm planning to use pumpkins, but I'd love for my house to stand out. What can I do to my front door that no one else will have? Dear Not Spooky, cut bare branches or small dead trees and spray paint them black. Wrap them with strands of orange lights, then arrange them in an arch around your door. They'll be creepy during the day, and the sparkly lights glow in the dark. You'll have a super spooky entrance. There one from Natasha. Uh, dear, dear Natasha, a coffin would just be the right touch for my Halloween display. I'm a decent crafter, but cutting plywood and building are beyond my skills. Is there any easier way? Afraid of power saws in Grave Creek, West Virginia. Dear Afraid of Power Saws, did you know that a coffin has a narrow toe area while a casket is rectangular? Either way, you can build one out of large, sturdy cardboard box, styrofoam, a foam board, cut the pieces, assemble with glue, and paint. You could even use a sharp comb to create a wood striations before painting if you like. There you go. Cozy Mystery Haunted House. You gotta love your cozy mystery haunted houses. Happy Halloween.